Hello students, today we are going to discuss about WH questions and interrogative sentence. So first of all we have to identify which questions are called WH questions and which questions are called interrogative sentence. Suppose I am giving an example, that is what is your name? Second one is he reading a book? So you are being given two sentences, what is your name and is he reading a book? So we have to identify which question is WH question. So the best part of identifying WH question is that those questions which starts from WH words like who, what, where, whom, whose, when, how, why. So such questions which starts from WH words are called WH questions. In first sentence we are getting the word WH, that is what. Now we can easily identify that these type of questions are called WH questions. So it's an easy way to find out which question is called WH question. Now I think it is clear. Now going on to the second point, that is interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence always starts with an auxiliary verb. Here we are getting this auxiliary verb is. So we can easily say that now it is interrogative sentence. Okay. Now the first thing is that WH questions are information questions. WH questions are information questions. Why they are called information questions? Because WH questions give you some kind of information. Suppose that what is your name? If you are being asked what is your name, then you have to say your name. Okay, and when you are saying your name or when you are speaking your name, that means you are giving some information to that person who is asking you the question. Okay, so this is called information question. Suppose that someone asks you where do you live. Now you have to tell where do you live, the name of the place. So you are giving some kind of information. Suppose that someone said ki, what are you doing? So you have to say that ki, I am reading a book, that I am going to play. So you are giving some kind of information related to you or something, whatever is being asked related to WH questions. So we can say that कि WH questions से हमें कुछ information प्राप्त होता है. WH question frame ही होते हैं information के लिए. And the second one is that कि interrogative जो sentences होते हैं, interrogative sentences does not give us any information. क्यों? Interrogative sentences are called yes or no questions. क्यों? Just look at the second example which I gave. Is he reading a book? Suppose you are being asked that is he reading a book? What will you say? Either you will say, if he is reading a book, you will say yes, he is reading a book. And if he is not reading, you will say no, he is not reading. So this kind of question giving not any kind of information, their answer will be either yes or their answer will be either no. No any other information is coming out of that question. So in this way, interrogative sentences are called yes or no questions. Okay. Now, if you are being given some examples, means we are giving some sentences and it is being asked that you have to frame the WH question or you have to frame this one is interrogative sentence. Suppose that how will you frame? I will tell you the rule how to frame WH question and how to frame interrogative sentences. First of all, suppose that I am giving an example. I love to play badminton. Suppose they said ki frame a question with WH words. You have to frame a question with WH words. Now, I love to play badminton. Now, framing WH question, you can either frame this question on subject, or you can frame the question on object. Either you can this take the basis of question, you can take that one key, that means love to play badminton, and either you can do your question will be for this. Now, framing has its rule. The rule is, first of all, you have to put WH words. It depends on which part you are taking for your question. Either you are taking the subject part, or either you are taking the object part. So first one will be WH words, then you will have to auxiliary verb add. Auxiliary verb. Then you will have your subject and then complement. So now, I love to play badminton. So now my question will be, I want to frame the question on the basis of the object. Okay, so this is badminton. मुझे बैडमिंटन खेलना पसंद है, तो मुझे क्या खेलना पसंद है? तो now I will frame the question. Now my first word will be what. What. Then I have auxiliary verb. Here the sentence is in present indefinite tense. It has no NES, so I will use the word do. You know, while telling you tenses, I told you how to frame questions on basis of do or does. Okay, so what do, then I have subject I, then love, all my complement will be just be written like this. What do I love to play? You have to omit that part because your question is just this. Your answer is this, so you have to omit that part. You will not write it here. Okay, and you have to put a question mark at the end of the sentence. You must have to do it, otherwise it will be gonna wrong. Okay, so what do I love to play? So you are getting the information that I love to play badminton. So using this formula, we can easily frame the question. I have another sentence for this WH word. He goes to market every day. Now, I have to frame this question with WH words. This WH question I have to make. Now, he goes to market every day. That means market is a place. We will use the word. Our answer will be this one. So we have to put the question on it. So where? After where, we have to use the auxiliary verb. Now our sentence is in present indefinite tense and it is using the verb es. So now our auxiliary verb will be does. Where does? Now he, our subject, where does, and now next one we'll have to write. So we have used the word es, so now we'll have to write just only go. Where does he go? Now every day. And then a question mark. Where does he go every day? Now this is our question which we framed. Okay. So this was WH question framing. Now we are going to interrogative sentence framing. Now I am just reading, I'm keeping a sentence that I am teaching English. Okay, this is our sentence. So changing this sentence into interrogative sentence, we have to follow some rule, that is auxiliary verb. The first one will be auxiliary verb. Then we'll have our subject. Then our rest part, that is complement. This is the rule. On the basis of this rule, we can frame these questions. Now, auxiliary verb, we have here our verb auxiliary, that is am. So, our framing will be like this, am. Now, the subject. Subject is I. And the rest part is teaching English. Am I teaching English? And last of all, a question mark. Am I teaching English? So it became interrogative sentence. We have to either say yes or no, like that. I am teaching English. So now the best part is that in interrogative sentence, you have to not to omit any words which is in the your sentence. इसमें कोई वर्ड आपको हटाना नहीं है, जो कि आपको WH में आपका जो आंसर पार्ट होता था आप उसको हटा देते थे. इसमें आपको कुछ भी हटाना नहीं है, बस आपको अपना ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब सेट करना है एंड देन यू हैव टू राइट एवरीथिंग जो यहाँ पे आपके रूल के अकॉर्डिंग है. ओके, आई एम गिविंग यू वन मोर एग्जाम्पल दैट she plays Ludo. This is my sentence. Now I have to change it in interrogative sentence. What will have to do? We have to put the auxiliary verb. Here our verb is in present tense. Okay, continuously I'm using only present tense. It can have either past tense or future tense. Okay, next example I'll give from past tense and then I'll give you from future tense. So now you know that that sentence which have that verb which have yes, then we can use that auxiliary verb, that is does. Our subject is she, verb will come into its first form, that is play, and Ludo. Question mark. Don't forget to put this question mark. Okay. So this is our transformation of the sentence to interrogative sentence. Does she play Ludo? She plays Ludo. Okay. Now I'm giving you from a past sentence that Radha went Delhi last week. Now I'll have to frame the question. So our sentence is in past indefinite tense. Now what we'll have to do? We have to do is that so it is in past indefinite tense. So what auxiliary verb we will getting from it? Did. Did Radha. The first form of went is go. And finally a question mark. Did Radha go to Delhi last week? I think I should put a 2. Did Radha go to Delhi last week? That is our question, that is formed on the basis of this rule, and this is called interrogative sentence. So it is really very easy to frame those sentences either in interrogative sentence or in WH words. Okay, one more example I'll give you from future tense, that he shall go to his uncle's house. No, not shall, he will. Sorry for that. Now I'll have to put our auxiliary verb is will, will, then our subject is he, then the rest part is just as same. To his uncle's house, question mark. So will he go to his uncle's house? So this type of question we can frame with these sentences, with these rules. Either it is interrogative sentence rules or either it is WH sentence rule. We can easily frame it. You don't have to face any problem. So I don't think you have to face any problem. It's too easy to frame these questions. Okay, now thank you very much.